Hello and welcome to the third installment of the IronCast. For the dozens, and I mean dozens of fans around the world, we apologize for the last week. We did not have a podcast. We had the Strength and Conditioning Conference, or the Strength and Conditioning Symposium here at SUNY Cortland last week. So to say we were a little busy would be an understatement. But we're back. We're going to talk a little bit about the Strength and Conditioning Symposium. My name is Colin Wilson.
And I'm Justin Komp.
And so after we talk about that, we got a few listener requests, a few things that people wanted us to answer.
20% of the people asked questions, which is 2. They don't know that.
No, if you just say 20%, then it sounds like
20% of viewers ask us questions.
True story. It's an overwhelming
it's hard to keep up with.
Minority of people.
So many.
Yep. So, how's everybody doing out there today? Everybody have a good weekend? Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
Did.
That's cool. Cool. All right, great guys. So the Strength and Conditioning Symposium.
It was
you.
I thought it was great.
This was Justin's brainchild. This was his baby. He had birth April 5th.
Yeah. It was about a year in the making. The story is that when Tony came and spoke, I got this crazy idea to do a whole day conference because I like to do it big. And I went out to Boston and we talked, and he gave me some speakers' names, and that was literally almost a year ago. I think that was the end of May. I was in Boston, and I just started talking to people, asking them if they could come, and everything came together, and we had about 80 people come out, which was great. And I honestly think next year it can be double that. But
easy,
yeah. So I thought all the speakers brought some good stuff to the table. We had people talking about, our first speaker was about like just how he put together his business, his fitness business.
His life, too.
Yeah. So I think I heard a lot of people took a lot from that.
It was John Gaglione.
Yep. And then our next speaker, Mike Roussel, was all about protein intake. I thought that was great. I realized that I shouldn't be drinking branched chain amino acids all day.
Yeah, my branched chain amino acid coffee mix just it's not working for me anymore.
I thought I was being anabolic, and I don't want to ever be catabolic.
Anabolic all the time.
That's what I was thinking. But it turns out I wasn't anabolic all the time.
Anabolic all the time.
What?
It's an Eddie Murphy song called "Party All the Time."
Anabolic, I like it. That should be the intro.
We're going to definitely rework that song for us.
Absolutely. And then Lou talked about obesity trends. There's a lot of good information there.
Lou who?
Schuler.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
There.
He was there. That bald guy.
Just in case anyone listening was like,
Lou
Ferrigno was there?
He actually was at Cortland like 3 years ago. I saw him.
He was a little early.
No, he was there. Yeah, he was there.
Oh, at the conference?
He did a talk at Cortland. I think I was a junior. He came to talk.
Was that in Corey?
Yeah.
Corey Union. Yeah. Okay,
Yep.
I remember that. Yep. I didn't go.
No, I was there. Of course I was there. And then, who was next? It was Tony.
We should get him.
Lou Ferrigno. Let's get Kai Green.
No big deal.
Yeah.
C.T. Fletcher.
Let's get C.T. Fletcher. That would be awful.
Just have him go, smash!
Yep.
Just for an hour. No other words. Yeah. Or just swear at us.
More people would actually come.
I would go to have him swear at me for an hour. I'd be okay with this.
Maybe we'd have to do that away from the campus, though.
Yeah, that's non-affiliated. That's like the unofficial after party.
Yeah,
just get
after party with
at.
C.T. Fletcher.
We'll bring a random bench into like a dead end street.
Yep.
And just lift.
We'll just do it in my front yard.
I like it.
Yeah. We'll just swear.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
C.T. Fletcher. Contact us. Our email address.
And John Cena, we gave an open invitation to him last week as well.
What did he say that he was today? He confirm or deny what he do?
He isn't as nice in person.
Oh, yeah.
As a persona. And I would love for him to prove us wrong, but that's just what we've heard.
Confirm or deny.
Confirm or deny.
Where was I? We were, and then, back to Tony went over squat assessments. That was great.
Tony Miola?
Tony Miola.
No, I wish it was. No, he was an OEP of national soccer team back in '94.
Tony Gentle for.
Okay.
Well, actually, I saw an awesome Star Wars shirt at Kohl's. It was Darth Vader, um, batting,
Mhm.
but he had a lightsaber, and behind him was the ump and the catcher. It was pretty awesome. And I asked him if he had it, and he didn't have it.
That seems ridiculous. How are you gonna hit? You can't hit anything. You're gonna destroy the ball.
Yeah, but it's
I just don't think it's utilitarian.
no, but I don't know. Yeah, it just wouldn't work. But if the ump called him out, he could just be like, "That's me using my hands to
Yeah,
use the
there was
force
there were some gestures there that
the
were
force
happening that you couldn't hear.
to choke the umpire." And then Cassandra went over strength training for female clients and athletes. So
I
Fine.
can't think of somebody with Cassandra, so I can't even make anybody's name up.
Cassandra. No, I got nothing.
Look at me, I'm Cassandra D. I don't think that works.
No, you're awful.
So Cassandra who?
Cassandra Forsythe.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Thought so.
That was her.
Nice.
So I thought that went really well. Learned some things that I might change. Learned some things that I definitely need to do. So I got to get ahead of the game now.
Yeah, we need to make sure that it's not an open house.
Yeah.
Again. So get this. The conference is going on. We've got speakers from all over, really highly revered, highly respected. And they're talking, they're doing their lectures. And these people just walk right into the auditorium.
Rude.
Rude. So rude. And they give these tours like we didn't all pay for this conference and we didn't pay for these speakers to come. And they're just in there just like, and this is an auditorium, this is where classes. It's like, no, leave.
Yeah.
There's other rooms to show. Other rooms without a large group of people listening to a lecture right now.
I probably should have yelled at him. Get out!
It's okay. I think Corey shut the door
Yeah.
on one of them right in their face.
Yeah.
And then I put signs on the
How
other
well
one.
dressed was Corey?
Corey.
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new segment that we're going to do called How Well Dressed Was Corey.
Yep.
So our friend Corey Russell is just, wow.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yup.
That hair.
Yeah. Whoo, that hair. So Corey was deadlifting in the morning. We saw him we did the strongman training. And all of a sudden he disappeared and like a minute later comes back. Boom, I thought he was European.
We should do a fundraiser where everyone you get like $5. We put that in. We draw your number. You get to go shopping with Corey for the day.
All right, if anyone's interested, well, we will make that happen. We need at least 10 people to sign up. So if you,
I think we need to show pictures of Corey on this podcast.
Yeah, I'll just have random. Actually, what I can do for
It
the
could be
YouTube
Corey,
video,
yeah.
just pictures of Corey.
Yeah,
I think we should do that.
yeah.
Yeah, this is hands down the best podcast so far. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Just mentioning Corey, we just our viewership.
Our female viewership just tripled from 2 to 6. It's incredible.
So, anyways, Corey shut the door on somebody's face, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was annoying. It was rude.
Mm-hmm.
For any of my 80 babies out there, how rude.
I know what that's from. What's it from?
Not Step by Step. Family Man? No,
It's
not Family.
It's Full House.
Full House.
Yep.
I just listed off the TGIF lineup there. So, anyways, we did record some video footage from the event. So I put together a little sample package. It's on YouTube right now. So we'll leave a link in the comments below. So if you guys are interested, you can check out. It's kind of an overview, just so you guys can see the attendance, everybody that was there, and whatnot. In the upcoming days,
there's a baby in the background.
Yeah, there's a baby. That's Sophia. She's jealous because we're staring at a computer and not her. In the upcoming days, I will be putting together some individual speakers videos. For the most part, the videos will be short little clips. We don't want to give it all away.
No.
We want you to want to come next year. So there'll be interesting, fun little clips. And then I believe Cassandra Forsyth, she was the keynote speaker. She was free. So we're going to post her entire lecture as well. As long as it should.
We should do something like you get the lecture for free if you sign up for our newsletter. We shouldn't just give it away.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make it extremely complicated.
You just have to put your email address in.
Okay, yeah, that works. That's
Shoot us
not
a
complicated.
like on Facebook.
Yep. Yeah, you need to like us on Facebook. You need to retweet us on Twitter. You need to favorite on Instagram. Is that what they call it on Instagram?
I've never Instagrammed.
You need to heart it on Instagram because I know it's just a heart.
It's a heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
send me a burrito.
And send him a burrito from Moe's.
No.
Chipotle. Yeah.
I mean, I'll accept Moe's. I will.
Yeah, but that's like getting a Sacagawea gold coin dollar.
Yeah, I'm only gonna use it on the subway.
No offense to Sacagawea, but
yeah.
Who has dollar coins? That was just a blunder.
In England? That's how much I go
Why
to
don't you give me a
America.
doubloon?
Yeah, yeah, or a galleon, Harry Potter.
All right. So, anything else you want to say about the conference?
Next year it's going to be bigger,
Better,
and better, badder,
better,
better, gooder,
gooder,
more good.
more gooder.
I have some things up in the old noggin that will be great. I have an idea for a good lineup. I think I want to do some more hands-on activities because you're all fitness people. So
everybody
hands-on is
loved that.
practical.
Everyone loved the strongman. But the people who participated in the strongman activities with my boy Zach Kellogg, what's up? Holla, if you hear me. I just have so many wrestling references through these. I love it. He killed it. I know Cassandra actually. She spent some time. She learned a lot from Zach, which was great. He brought some kegs out. He brought the strongman log. He brought farmer handles.
Yep.
Was that it? Oh, the Atlas stones too.
Yep. I didn't get to play with those.
No, you should. They were fun. So we hopefully we'll do that again next year too, because that was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people are intimidated by the term strongman. It's kind of one of those things where people strongman. Yeah, I've seen that on ESPN. They're just huge, jacked up dudes that I'll never be one of them. But realistically, it's just real life training.
Yeah.
You know, the farmer walk, it's grocery walks. That's just carrying groceries from your car to your, kitchen. So it was a lot of fun. If you've never tried strongman, you really should. It's one of those things where it's just technique isn't as important as just trying, just going for it, because it's a lot of stuff's very intuitive when you're doing it. So I thought that was awesome.
It was.
The strongman was great, and believe it or not, some of the ladies destroyed the dudes. They took the challenge of the strongman equipment, and they destroyed it. So that was awesome to see, because in my experience with the strongman stuff, I haven't seen too many ladies go after it.
One of the things that Cassandra said, and perhaps the girls that called in that lift, she was like, "Can I move here? Are they hiring here?" She's like, "I feel so at home. Like, all these girls are lifting. I want to hang out with them."
That's awesome.
So, as for the students and how we work out, every single time I have a speaker in here, I hear nothing but positives from them on our student population and how active they are. Like, I've heard it from John, I've heard it from Tony, and I heard it from Cassandra. So we got something good going on here with the students. And even just a side note, just from when I was a student, the number of people that are competing in things physical has skyrocketed. So there's like 11 people on my powerlifting team now. 4 of them are girls. 12 people. 4 of them are girls, and then we have girls competing in figure shows, and it's great. And all the support that they get here is great. So I think when the speakers come in, they recognize how strong of a fitness community we have.
Yeah, our culture of
awesome.
fitness here is huge. But I mean, that also goes along with the fact that our library on campus is open probably a third of the time our gym is, which for an educational institution, I have my qualms with that, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, I think it's about time we get into some of these listener questions.
So the first question was, so pros and cons of working with athletes, and then one-on-one training versus entire team training. I think the real question was one-on-one athlete training versus team training. And I'll touch on that, but I think it'd be cool to talk about the difference between personal training and training athletes. And I actually ended up talking to somebody about this just the other day. They're saying I'd rather work with like athletes than general population, and I said that's good, but my ideal client, no matter what, if it's an athlete, if it's a personal training client, my ideal client is someone that wants to get better.
Yep.
So I've had personal training clients that they come in, they don't really have the desire to get better. They're just there because it's probably something they think that they should be doing. And I've had
somebody else is paying for it.
Yeah, and then I've had athletes that they don't place a high value on lifting, but then I've had it the other way around too. I have athletes that love lifting, and I have had clients that love lifting. So, hi, baby.
Hi guys. Sophia's here again, everyone. Say hi, Sophia.
Hi. Yeah,
She's
so
eating her Blaze the Dragon.
So it does. To me, the question isn't what's better, working with athletes or doing personal training. It's working with people that want to get better. So if I had 10 clients and every single one of them came in knowing that they're going to kick butt today, then that might almost be better than working with like 6 teams where half the people are slacking.
Oh yeah, especially in team training. Half the kids, they're handed this workout regime. It says do this. It's like, I can speak from experience. When I was playing soccer in high school, my dad was constantly trying to get me to work out and whatnot. And my whole thought process was like, I play soccer. I don't need to work out. I played 5, 6, 7 days a week. I didn't really have time to work out. For me, my workout was practices. My workout were games. So in my head, I didn't understand the value of training. It was easy to belittle it and say I don't need to do that. Or if I did do it, he would drop me off at the YMCA and say, "Let me know when you're done. I'll come pick you up." Then I would just go through the motions. Yeah. 10 sets of 10, but it's on the lightest weight or whatever. So it was just I didn't care, so I didn't try.
With one-on-one training too, there's a little bit more attention to the detail of the client versus if I'm working with 20 people, it's hard to make sure everyone's doing exactly what they should be doing versus if I'm just with one person, I can say, okay, this is the weight that you should be using. This is like the bar speed we should be using. This is the sets that we should be doing. If it's 20 people, someone might cut a set or cut their reps short. But if it's just one-on-one and I can watch somebody, that's not going to happen. Another thing, thinking from an economical standpoint, is that if you're working with, let's say you have 10 clients and you have 3 appointments a week, so you're supposed to have 30 appointments a week, that's probably never going to happen. You might end up with like 27. It could be a really bad week, someone might go away for a vacation, someone might get sick, and you have like 24. So you just lost 6 sessions, which could be like $200. Versus team training, it's kind of more salary based, which is good. I'm not saying that you could probably actually make more money doing personal training to be consistent clients, but the fact of the matter is that for a lot of people, exercise might not be the first thing they have to worry about. They got a family, they have little kids all over the place, so they might have to cancel every once in a while. So you might not be getting all the appointments that you actually could get. One-on-one training an athlete versus training an entire team. I like one-on-one attention for athletes. Some of my favorite times is open lift time when I have maybe like 8 athletes in at a time, and I can really focus on each and every one of them. They can ask me questions. They can actually get the rest periods that they need where they're not rushed if they have like an hour. So there's ups and downs to each side. There's ups and downs to personal training versus training teams. Like I said, I think my favorite thing is if I'm just working with someone that wants to get better, that's the ideal client. Doesn't matter if they're an athlete, Doesn't matter if they're just a regular Joe. And then the other thing with athletes is that sometimes you got to take into consideration what the coaches want. So if they're in the in season, it's hard to get in a steady routine with them. It might be a little bit easier if I was only working with like 3 teams, but and we have unlimited space, but that's just not the case right now. So those are some of the pros and cons.
One thing I want to just talk on the point you made about the free lift time or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that is so crucial. I know for myself, if I have a routine and I say, okay, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to do this today. There's no fun, there's no laughing, there's no joking. I go and I do it and I get out. But I've found that my favorite times in the gym are usually when I go and I just I want to try this, I want to practice this, I want to learn this. And that's usually when I grow the most. Not necessarily physically grow, but just learning new things, expanding new things, getting better at other things. Because especially in the fitness world and lifting and everything, if you become proficient in one area, it usually has crossover potential with something else as well. So I remember when I got my first sandbag, learning sandbag cleans, and then from there that transitions really well to the Atlas stones and whatnot. And that just helps with hip activation for so many other things. So it's just one of those things where it's I'm going to play with this today. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to see how it goes. And then now it's sandbag stuff, the Atlas stone stuff. Some of my favorite stuff. So I definitely think if you're a serious athlete or if you're just somebody who's trying to get back in shape, definitely allot yourself that free time to just play. This goes back to our first topic, making fitness fun. If you go in every single day and with a task list, it's just like going to work. But if you go and have those free days where it's just I'm going to learn how to do this. This is something I've always wanted to do. Or I saw this kid doing this the other day and it looked really weird, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Don't be afraid to try new stuff because it might turn into your new favorite thing.
Yep.
So that's my little segue.
I like it.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just keep talking.
Going.
The next question was, what assistance exercises should I do for major lifts? So what should I do for the deadlift, the squat, and the bench? So I think that depends on a lot of things. The biggest thing is maybe where you're weak in the lift. So it might not necessarily be a specific exercise to supplement the squat, but let's say you're weak out of the hole in the squat. So you do your heavy back squats, but then you drop the weight down and you work on pause squats at the bottom, and then you work on exploding out of the hole, keeping your back straight, not leaning forward too much. So that's not a different exercise. It's the same exercise, you just change some components of it. So you break up the eccentric and concentric with a 2-second pause at the bottom. So maybe you're weak on your lockout on the deadlift. It could be your glutes, and maybe glute bridges would help out a ton with that. But maybe you can just go do a top half deadlift where that's where you're focusing on. So wherever you're weak, you can focus on that point. Maybe you're weak on the lockout on the bench press. So maybe you do a floor press. Maybe you do a press where people have boards on your chest. So you're just doing partial range presses. So it could be a top half bench press, something like that. So I think it depends on where you're weak in the lift.
Reverse bands, too.
Yeah. Yep. Any of that stuff can help. And now it's not... You might have to fiddle around with it to see what helps you out the most. But I think what's going to help with the major lifts is just doing the major lifts. Mm-hmm. But that being said, so some of my favorite assistance exercises, let's start out with a deadlift. So I would do
curls.
Bicep.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So you tear your bicep. Pre-exhaust your biceps before you do an alternating grip. No, don't do that. So we have a deadlift, so you do your deadlift. And then some good assistance exercises, maybe a Romanian deadlift, focus more on the erectors and hamstrings and glutes. You could do a hip bridge, so that's where you just have the bar on your hips and lift your butt up and squeeze. You can do glute ham raises, those are good. Good mornings as well, stuff like that. I would just say anything to hit the posterior chain. Even kettlebell swings, stiff leg pull throughs, those are all good assistance exercises. Love it. The way that I think about it is I'll do my main barbell lift, and then I'll do 2 assistance exercises that are also barbell lifts. So I'll do my deadlift, Then I'll do like a Romanian deadlift and a hip bridge. So 2 barbell lifts. And then it's kind of whatever I feel like doing. Maybe it's, like another assistance exercise like a glute ham raise and then pull through. And then like a kettlebell swing, and then I finish with some core stuff. Same thing with the bench. That's a little bit more difficult, but I might do a bench press, and then I might do like a top half bench press. And then let's say I'm weaker on my triceps, I might do a Tate press, something like that. I might do an overhead press. Overhead presses are great to help with the bench press. Now, if let's say I'm doing my squat, my main lift would be my squat, and then maybe I might use those pause squats for assistance exercises. Then maybe I would do something like more of like a front squat. I might do like a rear leg elevated squat or a trap bar deadlift to hit my quads. Maybe keep like Olympic shoes on or something like that. But I think it really all depends on where you're weak. But you can never really replace those main exercises. And then the other thing is thinking about how are you going to plan to progress those exercises. Because if you don't have a solid plan to progress, it doesn't matter what assistance exercises you're doing. You can mess around with the variables. Like I don't think it would be smart for me to consistently train like at 95% of my deadlift max week in and week out. I would want to mess with training variables. I might go lighter and work on speed. I might go heavy and work on absolute strength. I might do like an 80% and work on reps. I might even do things like changing my main deadlift. So I might do a conventional style deadlift for like 2 4-week blocks, and then I might do a sumo style deadlift for 2 4-week blocks, and then go back to the conventional. So then basically at the end of my second 8-week block on my conventional, I should be pulling more than I was at the end of my last week on my first block. So I think that's what I would do. You have to think about progression big time. Assistance exercises is a big part of it, and I would definitely do some of those. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing a posterior chain day, do posterior chain devoted exercises for assistance.
Now,
go ahead. Yeah.
For these 24-inch pythons,
Yeah.
the bicep curl is my main lift.
Yes.
What would I do for accessory lifts for my bicep curls?
Well, so you
Because
want
that's my main lift.
You want to do biceps by itself on a day.
Okay.
Only biceps.
Well, I have a whole week dedicated to biceps every week.
Okay, so like one day might be curl in the squat rack. The other day.
That's kind of like my heavy lift is the curls in the squat rack.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then the other day would be do curls and leave all your weights out, so other people can get bigger by just picking them up.
Well, yeah, because I'm so fatigued at the end, I can't even. Yeah, no, it's because then I'm gonna start hitting other muscle groups. And that's not what I'm trying to do.
No, you want to be huge with your biceps and your biceps alone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So the accessory lifts would be not doing accessory lifts.
Just more biceps.
More biceps.
More
Okay.
biceps.
All right, cool. So, SUNY Cortland, you just heard it here first.
Do biceps. Never put your weights away and curl in the squat rack.
Yeah, bicep week every week. So.
Yeah. First week in May is devoted bicep week day. It's a national holiday. Everybody gets the day off, and you just go to the gym and you do curls.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
But to further the point that Justin made, without saying it explicitly, just make your weaknesses your strengths. That's one of my mottos that I've had for a long time. Take for instance the Olympic lifts. For me, the clean and jerk was my favorite thing to do. I would clean every day. It was just fun. I was decent at it. I had a good understanding of how to do it. So I would just go to the gym and I'm going to clean today because it's fun for me. The snatch, on the other hand, it was a lot more difficult. I didn't have the technique down as well, and it was one of those things where it's just, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. It was always clean day. So it took a while for me, and then I realized I need to start working on the snatch to the point where the snatch actually became my preferred lift over the clean. It's at the point now where I really don't Olympic lift as much anymore, thanks to Sophia, baby. No, it's okay. I do a lot more like, I don't want to say functional. That's one of the words that I'm really getting.
I just like that word.
I'm getting really upset with that and how everybody.
Functional strength force 2.0.
Yeah, there's this guy on Facebook that a few of my friends follow, and he's always posting things. He's like, talk about functional. This is the most functional thing in the world. It's like, Dude, you're like spinning and hopping on your tippy toes. Like
So
you're doing ballet. Like sure, that's functional for ballet. I don't
Yeah.
understand how that's going to help
functional
me.
is whatever helps you function better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did we already talk about how? Yeah, I think we did in the Change Psychology. How people are training for life with their family. They're training for their job before they train for themselves. Right? Did we talk about?
I don't think we did.
Oh, okay. Basically, there's I don't I could have sworn we talked about this. There was an article I was reading that basically outlined as a personal trainer, you need to realize that most of the clients that you're going to get in general population are there because they want to have a better family life, so they want to be able to um, partake in their children's activities, whether it be go hiking, whether it be playing soccer with them, whatever it may be. They want to be physically fit enough to take part in these. Two, job performance. The healthier you are, the less sick you'll be, less sick time you'll have to take. If you're sitting all day, you let less back pain, whatever. So people are training for their families, for their jobs, and then one of the later things is training for their own, fitness wants, not necessarily needs. Um, so I don't even know how we got on that. I don't remember. I haven't had enough coffee yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. How did that come up?
That was where were we? We'll go back to the tape.
We'll go back to the tape. This is under review.
We'll figure it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But those were the two big questions that I got asked. I got asked a couple other questions that I had to do more research on. That I mean, this last week and a half was quite crazy, and I've got a million things to do. But I would like to address those questions soon, probably next week. But these two questions that were asked were easy for me to base off of my personal experiences as a coach and the best deadlifter in SUNY Portland, pound for pound.
Kyle?
No, not Kyle. Better than Kyle, pound for pound.
Kyle has a 700-pound deadlift.
Yeah, he probably would have more Kyle if you got in the zone, Kyle.
Yeah, I had a very stern talking to him the other day when he only pulled 660.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was phased.
get your stuff together, Kyle.
Kyle,
what are you doing?
you heard it here. The whole entire world wants you to.
Yeah,
lift
our
more.
dozens, and I mean dozens of fans around Portland need you to get in the zone.
Yeah, it's
The auto zone.
Yeah, I will smack you in the face this next meet. If that's what it takes.
That's yeah. When's it? I think
April 26th in Ithaca Ultimate Athletics.
26. I'll have to make sure we go to that. Maybe Sophia will be your official. Oh my
My
God,
fan.
we should make her a Super Saiyan.
That would be awesome.
Sophia. She's just looking up. She's on the.
Yeah.
She's super cute, guys. If only you could, and girls. If only you could see. She's adorable. Maybe I'll post a picture on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I think we have rambled. I
got it.
I
Yeah.
remember where that whole tangent came from.
Yeah.
Functional.
Functional.
And how we're just so over that.
I don't like that word.
Yeah, that word. I feel it's been too. It's so much of a buzzword. Everybody that wants to sell something. Oh man, mine's the most functional thing in the world.
If
Oh,
you tell me
okay.
it's functional, I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah. Hi, I am selling functional couch sitting for dummies.
Yeah.
This couch sitting will make you the most functional couch sitter in the world.
I'm not buying that.
I actually wrote the book on it.
Not buying it. Well, yeah, it's time for me to eat steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this episode. If you didn't check out this episode and you just fast forwarded to the end so the way you could say that you checked out the episode, shame on you. But if you have listened to the whole thing, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we are talking about the pros and cons of living with a former U.S. president. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We'll be joined by the ghost of President Nixon.
Wow. We really got off the point of fitness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you were. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
quick, if you have a topic that you'd like to be discussed, you can drop us a comment on our Facebook page. You could send us an email. My email is justin.comp90@gmail.com.
and I am cwilson315@gmail.com. You can find our contact information info on bloodandiron315.com under contact. We're both on there. So if you have any questions, you want to see us talk about something, there's a big topic you want, any myth busting. Maybe we should do a myth buster episode.
Mythbusters.
Those are popular.
Do you think we could get them on here?
We should. All right, Mythbusters. Open invitation.
Open invitation to join our podcast.
All right, so who are the open invitations? John Cena. Who was the second one? We just invited him today.
The guy.
The guy.
C.T. Fletcher.
C.T. Fletcher.
Yep.
Yeah, C.T. You heard it here first, brother. You need to go on the show. These 24-inch pythons. I don't have 24-inch pythons.
Combined, we do.
Yes. Between Sophia, Justin, and myself, we have maybe 23s. And then
The ghost
the
of
ghost
Richard
of Richard Nixon. George Nixon.
Yeah, Richard Nixon.
I was going to say George Bush. Weird.
Yeah. He's alive.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah.
Not to me. But that's a political rant.
Anyways.
I don't go on political rants on here. Ladies and gentlemen, muchos gracias.
Bienvenidos, which means welcome, so I'm wrong.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And there's another WWE wrestler thing. And Sophia wants us to go, so peace.